Hey everybody, Jeremy here. I wanted to do a little comparison video for you guys here. Anybody who is a fan of Super Sentai and specifically the old Zenkaiger. So what I'm going to be comparing today is the Change Hero figures versus the Yudo figures. Now for anybody who doesn't know, there are two different ways you can buy figures this year. When the series first came out, you could get the Change series figures. They came in individual boxes like this. Pretty cool looking artwork, not too shabby. You can see my cat walking around in the background. And so what's interesting about these figures is they actually can come apart and change into the animal mode. Now they don't just fully convert. You actually have to take them apart piece by piece and reorganize them, rejigger them in a certain sort of way to get the combination, but you still can change them into the Zord form either way. You cannot do that with the Yudo figures. The Yudo figures, on the other hand, they come in these individual boxes. It usually takes 2 boxes to form blue, yellow, or red, or it takes 1 box for Zenkaiser himself or pink. And there also is an additional box that contains all the weapons. Now, as far as price points goes, I broke it down a little bit. If you want to buy all 5 Change figures, it's going to cost you around $47, give or take, before shipping. Now, if you want to buy a full package box, which you're going to want to get every single one of these figures, it'll cost you about $60. So a little more expensive. However, bear in mind that a full box comes with an extra set of weapons and 2 extra Zenkaisers in case you want to, give them to a friend or whatever. So you get a little more extra, which really kind of evens out the cost, unless, of course, you don't want ones. So either way, $13 difference, be that as it may to you. Now, I'm going to talk about them individually one by one. So first you look at the Change Hero, and what you'll notice, first of all, is every single one of the Zenkaiser figures Zenkaiger figures does not come with the gun. The gun, which I'll show you a little bit better here, right here, comes with every single figure in the Yudo line. Here you only get their base weapon. You see he's got a sword. As you know from the show, he's supposed to have a sword and a shield in addition to the gun. You get all 3 with the Yudo figures. The other big thing that I noticed right away is proportions. Now, he looks a lot sleeker here as a Change Hero, but while he does look bigger in the Yudo form, I would say that's much more proportioned to the actual show. Like, these proportions feel like the actual figure from the screen is jumping out at you. This feels like the action figure version, or like a stage show version where they have to slim down the suit in order to make it more mobile. Now, as far as details go, again, the details on the Yudo figure are going to be a little more screen accurate because they're not worried about making it capable of transforming into the animal form. So, like the back piece looks more like it would normally on the show. And as far as the details go, see, now here's the big difference, is that the details on the Yudo figures, you are applying them with stickers. Like all the shine you see here, the numbers on the forehead, the number on the side, the symbol on the side, those are all stickers that I had to apply myself. So while it looks pretty decent, it's going to vary based on your ability to put the stickers on. Maybe you don't even want to put the stickers on, you want to do your own paint job. I see a lot of people like to do that. As opposed to the Change Hero figure where it's got the shininess built in. See, like the feet here, very, very shiny. That's how they are as is. Feet here, not as shiny, but then again, the details on the sides, sometimes you find more details on the Yudo figure. So, like for example, look at the belt. Belt here, it's just the V. Here, it's actually the silver, but it's stickers. So again, your mileage may vary, or look at the little hands, don't even exist on the Change Hero version. So that is Juran. Let's take a look at somebody else. Why don't we just go in order, and we will look at Gown. Oops, sorry. Here we go. Again with the gown, you see you get the gun, and again, yes, the Duran does have a gun. I just didn't put it in his hand because he already has the sword and the shield. But you get the gun, you get the claw for both of them, although the claw, again, is more screen accurate on the Yudo figure because it's not just a big hunk of one color plastic. And then even on the inside, see, silver on the inside. Here they left it yellow, so off on that as well. And again, proportion wise, Duran and gown both have really big chest because of their animal head. And if you look at them, it is so much smaller than the Change Hero because it's about being able to change into the lion, and you know, just more proportional wise, it's for sleekness. And back again, you can notice, see, it might be hollow here, which is maybe something you don't agree with, but color wise, it's much more accurate. It's not just a lot of black, it knows to change to silver, it knows to change to yellow when it's appropriate. Now, here's one that's interesting to me is, look, I'm filming a video. I know. My poor child cat. So, now we look at Majine. Now, the thing with her is that the Change Hero is actually kind of like a really dark pink, almost a magenta color, which isn't exactly accurate. And, you know, it's got the big hunk in the back here for the legs because it has to be able to transform into the dragon. And her staff is very, very small. Very, very small staff. Totally not screen accurate. Does have, the flap is nice and movable here. I love the little shine on her feet. And, you know, the wings, nice and solid. They'll stay where you want them to stay. And then we take a look at the Change Hero one. The staff is much more accurate. It goes almost pretty much all the way to the ground, standing there like it should according to the show, because again, you're not worried about putting it on as a tail. And then there's the little details in the back, like see the little, oops, that popped off, sorry about that. But this little piece here that ends up being part of the chest when it combines into the Megazord form, it's there. Here, not really there. So the proportions are always going to be a lot better on the Yudo figures. And I like the little shines. The wings, you know, they'll stay up too. They'll stay up too as well. I also feel like it's got more mobility here. You can play around with it more. Here, I always find myself having to force it down, force it into the position I want. And again, this is a straight up pink, dark, almost purplish magenta. So, huge difference in that respect. Now, who is next? Of course, Varoon. Same sort of thing right away. You'll notice with the weapon, oddly all blue, supposed to be a grayish silver. Big difference there. The wheels, they're the same size here when they shouldn't be, but that's so it can convert. Details on the side. The stickers had more details on the Yudo figure. And back's a big part here, where it's got the stripe where it's supposed to, and the legs, as you can see, the legs are just straight up turned blue on the Change Hero figure. Oop, dropped her up. Oh well. And he's another one where, as a bigger figure, you really notice the proportions being an issue. He is actually considerably bigger. I mean, not, you know, bigger than he's got a little bit of extra height on him because he's supposed to. He's the big boy of the group. And in the Change Hero figures, you'll notice that they're all pretty much the same height. So they do add a little bit of detail in that sense here. Oh, look, see? His V doesn't even have a bit of yellow on it like it's supposed to, or gold. And then finally, we'll get to Zenkaiser, which I think actually probably has the least amount of difference. So right here, again, so the thing with him in the Yudo figure is that he probably has the most stickers to apply. Because all the different colors here, outside of the base red on the legs, is going to be a sticker. All these different colors, everything were stickers I had to apply. Belts one, you'll notice, see he's got the correct silver belt. Here it's all black. There are no stickers for his gun on the Change Hero, which is completely empty back. and a white gun, and that's all he has to work with. And the other thing you'll also notice in a lot of these Change Hero figures is how the color stops. See how you can see the color on his cuff here. He doesn't even have it here or here or here. And then on the back, it just stops on the back of his wrist. See his legs? Back just stops. Completely pure white back. The cape does come off, but it's an all-white cape. It's a very nice functional figure. Like, he gets the job done, and like the gold finish that's naturally there looks really, really nice, but it is missing a ton of details. It's actually one of those figures that might be good if you could put the Yudo stickers on it in the places where it's missing. It might look better. Something I've considered. Now we've got the Yudo figure. The cape is red where it needs to be, and it's actually on a joint. So you can make it look like it's flowing, and it'll just stick there. It doesn't attach fully. And it's got a lot more of the color. You know, it stops the legs. There's less plastic here, but the belt stays black all the way around. When you put on the stickers, the color stays there mostly all the way around on everything, and he has all of the different bands on his arms that he's supposed to. And again, these guns aren't the greatest thing in the world because they do have these stickers on them. You just put one in the front and the back, so it doesn't fully color it, so it's not perfect, but it is more detailed than the one he has. And again, you're only getting one. If you buy all of the Change Hero figures, you're only getting one gun total. And the gun is, you know, as the Morpher, it's such a huge part of this series, you would think you would have more of them. So, as far as which one should you buy out of these, I'm not really going to necessarily recommend one over the other, because they do have their pros and cons. One is less expensive, but it has less details. It can transform into the Zords. That might appeal to you. The other one, a little more expensive, feels more screen accurate, has more details, but doesn't have that extra functionality. So what you really want depends on you. Personally, for me, I prefer the Yudo figures a little bit more, which kind of surprises me. I actually thought the figures that I had to build on my own would not be as good as the figures that are pre-built, even though, you know, I'm a person who loves to build figures, build models, all that sort of stuff. So, like I've always said, your mileage may vary. Pick which one you like. Be crazy like me and buy both. I mean, why not? You can always have an extra set. Now, I've got 3 extra Zenkaisers here. Who knows? What am I doing here? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some insight into making a Zenkaiger purchase, if at all. As always, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. It helps me out a lot. I appreciate you. I wish I was making more videos more often, but, you know, life gets in the way. And there's my cat. There she is. Yes, her name is Luca. I named her Luca after Luca from Zenkaiger because I'm a crazy person. Anyway, bye, guys.